Whoa! Here we are, back again. Back with more Ravnica, except we're Gildan in Ravnica. So, yeah, you know, fun stuff. Fun stuff today. It looks... I'm never going to get over how these packs look, because all this gold... I don't know how long some of you people have played, but this gold just reminds me of the value dump that was Dragon's Maze. That's the first thing that comes to my mind when I look at these packs. Now, I'd never opened this set before. I looked up some of the prices, of course, and it just kind of seems like it is Shockland or Boss, basically. Insight, Mirror, Bounty of Might. So, like 3 creatures get +3/+3, or 1 creature gets +3/+3 3 times, and a guild gate. So I guess we're doing that for the land cycles. Move these piles a little bit over so they're not on top of each other. But yeah, something a little different. Yeah, like I said, something I've never opened. Shockland or Bust. I mean, there's a few cards in here that I think have some value, but it's mostly just in the Shocklands, which tends to happen with a lot of these Ravnica sets, since that is such a very powerful thing. Watery Grave. I think this was like I can't remember. It might have been like the second best. Yeah, it's worth the top 5, so we'll just put it there. Guild gates and the tokens. So, alright, cool. Hit to start it off. Ideally, I'd like a foil one. I'm just trying to open some sets I haven't done before, and as I was scrolling and hoping that this one came on time, because the mail system sometimes is just not what we need it to be. But whenever we cast a blue spell, target player puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. So a mill enchantment. Ew, disgusting. Good thing that doesn't really do anything in Commander. But yeah, nobody wants to play mill. Well, no one wants to play against mill. Every time that happens, everybody would get mad. So play mill if you want to. I don't really care. Harpoon, Dart, this guy. Vraska Golgari Queen. I think this might be like $2. We got a Planeswalker. Sack another permanent. You gain a life, draw a card. Destroy permanent with CMC 3 or less. And -9, you get an emblem whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player. That player loses the game. Huh. Oh, we got a Raw emblem, so that's pretty cool. I'll put that there. And it's the first mythic. I'm just gonna put it down in there. Doesn't really matter. That's only we leave the upper echelon for the things that we know have clear and cut value in it. Haha. Come on, focus. There we go. So, have you played this set? Because again, it's kind of cool knowing where people recently have been telling me, where they started, where they stopped, what got them in, what brought them back, what sets they were on. It's pretty cool. So Gruesome Marinade. I'm not gonna read this one because I'm in the middle of a topic and I don't want to lose my train of thought. Cool little insect token. So if you've played this one, was it fun to draft? Did you win the pre-release if you attended it? I don't exactly remember when it came out, but I feel like we've gone back to Ravnica how many times, but it is, this is like one of Magic's Golden Boy planes. Like, it loves, it loves coming here. It loves going to, come on, the vampire place. Yeah, that one. Midnight Reaper. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, Midnight Reaper deals 1 damage to you when you draw a card. No thanks. That's good. I mean, it's not bad, but you also have to pay attention to how much stuff you're killing, and if you're killing too much stuff, then you're screwed. Okay, what all do we got? Alright. Justice Strike, Rock Charger, Rampaging Moment, and Ionize. Counter target spell deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. So if you're really feeling cheeky, you can counter your own spell and shock yourself. Not that anyone would ever do that, but it's there. Is this going to be the pack that gives us a foil? Because I think we're like, what, 6 or 7 packs in with no foil. It's not the look we want so far. But I still, I just love the blending of the colors. Right, Street, Light of the Legion, Flying Mentor. When it dies, put a +1/+1 counter on each white creature we control, and still nothing. Boros Gate, Token Guy, on to the next Vraska pack. I still can't get over the gold. Like, this just makes me want to open up Dragon's Maze. Even though I know opening up Dragon's Maze is like the worst financial decision anyone possibly could make in Magic the Gathering. Besides opening like the OG really old stuff, because you're probably never going to get back what you put into it. But we got another mythic, so Arclight Phoenix, Flying Haste. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you've cast 3 or more instants and sorcery spells, return it from the graveyard to the battlefield. Neat. Finally have a foil Goblin Electromancer. Like, about dang time. Since the sorceries cost 1 less. Another Guildgate, Illusion Token. And I see why nobody is opening this, because I am just hopeful for another Shockland, please. Mr. Bird, Mr. Flying Lifelink Bird, will you give me another Shockland? Elemental, Sphinx, Ghostforce Shaman, and Pelt Collector. Whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, if that creature's power is greater than Pelt Collector, put a +1/+1 counter on it. As long as it has 3 or more counters, it has Trample. Ooh. Don't really know what I'm ever going to do with that, but it's cool. That's cool. Alright, let's keep going. The only thing I don't like about some of these sets, because there's like, it's all mid-range stuff. Like, nothing in here is going to get like me to go crazy, because here's a Errata, the Silencer, Legendary Vampire Assassin, can't be blocked. Deals combat damage to a player, exile the target creature that player controls, put a hit counter on it. If that player loses the game, if they own 3 or more cards in exile with hit counters on them, owner shuffles will rest it into their library. Okay. That's weird. Oh, we got a foil rare. That's not what we would want. Swift Blade Vindicator. It's double strike, vigilance, and trample. I guess you'd really have to power that up, but kind of cool. You'd really have to dump resources into that, because it's just a 1/1. But if you can, you can do something with that for sure. Okay, what do we got? Snitch, Sabotage, Giant, and another. I was hoping, like, I just saw the damage at the end. I was just like, please don't beat the rare. Another Shock, another Bell. Overgrown Tomb. So we've collected 2 of the 5 so far. Everybody loves a Shockland. I feel like every time I do a Ravnica set that has an Overgrown Tomb in it, I get an Overgrown Tomb. Pulled one in my in a few of my videos. I believe I got one in my Ravnica Remastered video, which is a great watch. Like, I can't stress how fun that one was. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. It's good. The ending's really good. Even if you just click it to watch the end, it's pretty cool. That I got it in the Infinity set as a borderless foil. That was pretty cool. Chamber Century. I was rambling too long, so I'm not really going to read everything, but I'm going to put it in the pile because I don't think it's worth much. So, yeah, man, I'm having fun right now. You guys having fun? Enjoying? Well, for me, this is right now. I'm currently still my weekend, so enjoying some time. First thing in the morning, just opening up some Magic packs and recording a video. Can't really say anything. Ooh, Assassin's Trophy. You remember when this used to be something and then it was reprinted into Oblivion and it's worth, I think, like $2. Cool. Ooh, another foil. Demotion. Chant creature can't block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. Cool. I think. Yeah. Alright, 2 shots. 2 shots. But yeah, how's everyone's, if it's, depending on when you're watching it, how's your week going? Or, how's your weekend? Did you guys do anything fun? You can let me know down below. I like when people talk to me and just tell me cool things about them. And, you know, all the stuff that comes with doing YouTube and opening packs for my friends. Destroy all creatures with converted mana cost 3 or less. Ritual of Suit. Okay. Goodbye. But yeah, as always, still very thankful. Last week's video did pretty good, so thanks for the 4 new people that are here. I appreciate you watching and, you know, clicking that button just to continue to be part of the Dead Corn crew, or whatever we want to call ourselves. Field, which I think is like 80 cents as an uncommon, so that's cool. Giant, Plague, wasn't that downshifted? Plague Crafter? I don't know. Mission Briefing, so decent. Surveil 2, then choose an instant or sorcery card in your graveyard. You may cast that card this turn. Put in a graveyard this turn, so it's exiled, of course, if you do that. I think it's exiled no matter what, but... Oh, that's a wall! I see why that's worth something. Because you use it to cast things. Cool. Alright, back into focus. Come on. Come on! Can't have my cards not being focused, because people would not be able to see what I'm doing. House Guild Mage, Goblin Guy, Thorough Inserter, and a non-shiny Swiftblade Vindicator. So, we read it before. 1/1 does the stuff, and it's going to the pile. Righteous Blow deals 2 damage to attacking or blocking creature. So it's cool little foil. There, and keep on cracking, Captain. Oh boy, so much fun. I wonder what it would be like to be a card printer. You know, isn't that something anyone's ever think of? You're there and you're just watching all the sheets get cut and stuff like that. I thought that would always be like a cool little job to have. 1,000 Years Storm. So I think our 3rd mythic of the box. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it for each other instant or sorcery spell you've cast before it this turn. You may choose new targets for the copies. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it for each other instant sorcery spell you've cast before it this turn. You may choose new targets for the copy. So I guess depending on how many you if I'm understanding that right, depending on how many you keep playing, that increases the numbers of copies of this certain spell you're going to do. If I'm wrong, roast me in the comments, but from my understanding, that's what that is. These old style draft boxes still get me. This is a throwback, you know, as a young college student, not really making much money, always wanting to crack like a booster box and stuff, just to have older me be able to do that is pretty dang cool. Expansion and Explosion. Copy target instant or sorcery spell with converted mana cost 4 or less. May choose new targets. Explosion deals X damage to any target. Target player draws X cards. I mean, it's that's a big mana sink. Big mana sink for 4 that does that. I guess it's a decent draw spell. It's a draw and damage spell, but I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's gonna probably stick in the bulkage. Summit, Riot, Giant, Amara, Soul of the Accord, legendary creature, Elf Clerk. Whenever Soul of the Accord becomes tapped, create a 1/1 white soldier token with lifelink. Huh. And then another foil. That's actually a pretty decent card. Dissonant, don't need to read it, because it's a bloody common, and I don't want to read a bloody common. Come on, let's go. Whoa, gotta keep the energy up! Gotta get me something good, gotta get another shock. Because it's still just what I'm looking for. It's only these shocklands, yeah. Well, Unmoored Ego. That looks creepy as can be. Choose a card name. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for up to 4 cards with that name and exile them. That player shuffles their library and then draws a card for each card exiled from their hand this way. Or a Skillgate and a Gobby Boy. Interesting. I mean, I like it. It removes whatever I mean, if you know meta and you're playing something like that, you can remove the card, I guess. Kind of cool. Affectionate Boy. This thing. A Unicorn. Experimental Frenzy. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play the top card of your library. You can't play cards from your hand. And you can pay the same amount of mana to destroy it. I guess that's good in decks if you're trying to cast things from other places. That way, instead of casting it from your hand, you're casting it from like your library or from exile, like those kind of decks. One of my buddies plays something like that. It's pretty sweet. It's a really sweet deck. Predator, Raiders, Guy, and Vivid Revival. Return up to 3 targeting multicolored cards from your graveyard to your hand. Exile, Vivid Revival. Okay, like, again, not bad, but I'm not investing 5 mana in a slot just to return 3 cards to my hand. Like, no, that's never a card that I'm gonna run. So that's just gonna be sweet bulkage. Devour. Alright, I think this is still a couple dollars, I believe, because it's such a good card. Underrealm Lich. Draw a card, look at the top 3, 1 in hand, 2 in the graveyard, pay 4 life, gains indestructible, and tap it. I'm gonna put that up with the Guild Gates because I'm pretty sure that's a $5 card and a good mythic, so that can go up there. I only know because I used to play my graveyard. It was in my graveyard fling, and I would always tutor for that card because it just helps set your strategy so well. Enchanted Surveillance, Erratic Cyclops. Dude has like 6 eyes or 0 eyes and just a bunch of stuff on it. Trample it's a 0/8 trample. Whenever you cast an sorcery spell, it gets +X/+0 from the spell CMC. Okay. Oh man, why am I yawning? It's like you can meme that. You can meme that pretty well. So I'm not gonna complain there. As a guy that likes to play a lot of meme decks, something that could be memeable, like you're gonna send a trampling 0/8 Cyclops after you cast something utterly ridiculous. Oh, Chromatic Lantern. I remember the days where this was like an $11 card, but I think it's only 3. It's relegated to just being bulk. It's such good mana fixing, but again, that's an instance of a card being so well, and Ravnica being so, such like an iconic plane that thing's just been beat to the ground. Like that came out in original Ravnica. You have it in here. You have it in Ravnica Remastered in multiple different artworks. I remember, and it probably pulled very well because in my box I think I got like a basic one, and then I got the full art one. So you can get like a lot of them. Chance for Glory. So yet another mythic, which I think that's like our 4th or 5th mythic of the box. Creatures you control gain indestructible. Take an extra turn after this one. At the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. So, play it fast, play it to win, or lose. So, neat arena. Okay, Prince of Flame, this chain, Knight of Autumn is our rare. When ATBs, put 2++1 counters on it, destroy artifact or enchantment, or you gain 4 life. Ooh, Cool little foil of dead weight. Dude with a huge ball and chain. Enchanted creature gets -2/-2. Hoo hoo hoo. I thought that was pretty cool. I like the artwork of that card. Again, like Ravnica is very popular. And some of the artwork of just some knight sitting outside of the castle with a giant ball and chain, probably about to die, is pretty funny. Challenger, Silent Dart, Risk Factor. Target opponent may have Risk Factor deal 4 damage to them. Okay. If that player doesn't, you draw 3 cards. So it's basically like, hey, do you want to take 4 and let me draw 3? Yes or no? Again, very silly. It's a silly card. I don't know what people would choose. I'm here for chaos, so I might do one or the other, depending on. I mean, I guess it depends on the game situation, but you know what I'm trying to say here. Find a Brighter, Charnel Troll. So only 2 shocks, which is kind of sad. Trample. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile a creature card from your graveyard. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. Otherwise, sack it. 2, discard a card. Put a +1/+1 counter on the troll. So you can kind of just keep feeding it and going from there. All right, I think we're down to like the last six of the box. Put you over there. Make sure those are in sight. And let's just hope let's go for a hot streak. Nothing but six shock lands for the rest of the box, right? That's totally doable. That's an ask that we're actually that we can totally get that. All right, well, mission failed. We'll get them next time. Mausoleum Secrets. Undergrowth, search your library for a black card with CMC less than or equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Reveal it, put in your hand, then shuffle. Justice Strike, so cool foil. That foil actually looks really nice. Better quality than some of the ones that you see. I always like to point out a good shiny foil, and that was definitely one of them. Alright, come on. Alright. Mighty Masses, Captain, Sea Sphinx, Zoni, Thousand Eyes. ETBs create a 1/1 black and green insect creature for each creature in your graveyard. Second of the creature, gain a life, draw a card. Man, we've gone cold here. We have gone cold. But that's kind of what happens when you're just relying on shocks to get you through. Alright, try it again. Trying it again. Alright, there. So I was right. Drake, Minotaur, Imp, Bounty Agent, Svidja. Tap, sacrifice, hit. Destroy target legendary permanent that's an artifact, creature, enchantment. So, and then we got another foil rare. So, Chamber Sentry is back again. This time shiny, and I will read it. Enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each mana spent to cast it. X tap, remove X +1/+1 counters from it. Deals X damage to any target. Wabrug, return it from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, so that's kind of ass. That's not good. That kind of stinks. A lot. Just there's no. I mean, I guess if you can get counters on it, but then why are you gonna waste all your resources dumping counters to destroy one thing? I don't know. I don't know. That's not what you want to see when you need some last pack magics. Thief of Sanity. Flying, when it deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 3 cards of that player's library, exile one of them face down, then put the rest into their graveyard. For as long as that card remains exiled, you may look at it, you may cast it, and you may spend mana of any color to cast it. Okay. Neat. I mean, it's efficient at what it does. It gives you a whole lot of. That's a wall of text, but I mean, it gets the point across of what you're going for. Marshal, Crush, Contraband, Assassin, Oh, finally, this is the good one. Thankfully the highest rated Shockland in the box, which means this is the best pull of the box from the second to last pack. Sacred Foundry brings us up to 3 different shocks. And let's hope for some last pack magic for a 4th. Come on, bail me out. One more. Just give me one more shock. That's all we can ask for is the last pack. Give me a shock. Give me a shiny shock. That would make me very happy if you were to be shiny. And you're not, but you are Divine Visitation. So we could end on, I think, 6 mythics. If 1 or more creature tokens you would be created under control, that many 4/4 white angel tokens with flying and vigilance are created instead. So it makes tokens, but you can change them to angel tokens. So totals on screen. Did we hit our total? Absolutely not. Not with what value was left in the box. I mean, you would have to really have pulled well, like all kinds of different shocklands, bunch of foil shocklands. We ended up getting 3, which, I mean, that might be standard or that might be low. I can tell you it's definitely not high, but no, we didn't get our total. If you made it this far, thank you. If at some point in the video I made you smile, just consider subscribing. That's going to be my catchphrase until the end of time now. And I think I probably should replace the mat for the next one. I think it might be time to bring the Dragon Ball Z's back. All math should be going back to the card store. But that's just me rambling. John _Deadcorn. Gonna flash these bad boys up on screen. Kind of cool to see, 3 shocks and a lich out of the box. That's probably the best stuff. Signing out, y'all. Peace.